The crowd in Boston had no idea what was about to happen. In the middle of a packed Jonas Brothers show, Kevin Jonas suddenly stepped into the spotlight alone. His hands shook, his voice cracked for a moment, and then he admitted it. "I'm super nervous, so bear with me." That single line sent the arena into chaos. But the real emotional moment wasn't just on stage, it was in the audience, where Danielle Jonas, his wife of nearly 15 years, was wiping away tears as she watched her husband perform his very first solo song. For fans, it was shocking. For Danielle, it was unforgettable.
I'm super nervous. So nervous.
But the bigger question is, why did this performance feel so different? And why is everyone talking about Kevin Jonas like never before? It was August 23rd, a night packed with energy as the Jonas Brothers' Greetings from Your Hometown tour rolled into Boston. Fans expected the usual hit after hit, nostalgia, and the kind of brotherly chemistry that's defined the band for decades. But then came a twist no one saw coming. Out of nowhere, Kevin Jonas stepped forward and told the crowd he was about to try something he had never done before. You could feel the anticipation ripple through the arena. Then came his confession, "I'm super nervous, so bear with me." In that moment, the entire stadium leaned in, waiting. What followed was his debut of a brand new solo track, a song called Changing. The roar of the audience said it all. This wasn't just another Jonas Brothers moment. This was Kevin finally taking the stage on his own terms. While Kevin was taking his leap of faith on stage, all eyes weren't just on him, some were on Danielle Jonas, sitting in the crowd. Cameras caught the exact moment her eyes welled up, tears streaming as she tried to cheer and wave at the same time. You could see it, she wasn't just clapping for her husband, she was living that moment with him. Later, she shared a heartfelt post on Instagram, writing, "Last night was a moment I will never forget. Hearing you sing your own song and watching your voice fill the stadium brought me to tears." For Danielle, it wasn't about the lights or the fame, it was about finally seeing Kevin step into something she'd always believed he was capable of. Fans instantly connected with her raw, emotional reaction. Because in that moment, Danielle wasn't just Kevin Jonas' wife, she was the proud partner who had waited years to watch him shine. But Danielle's support didn't end in the audience. As Kevin sang, she pulled out her phone and FaceTimed their daughters and her mom, making sure they could experience the moment live even if they weren't physically there. The clips show their little girl smiling and cheering along, while Danielle's mom beamed with pride. And when Kevin walked backstage after finishing the song, the scene was pure celebration. Friends greeted him with applause, and Danielle rushed straight into his arms. The hug, the kiss, the laughter, it wasn't just about a performance anymore. It was about family, love, and the people who had been behind Kevin long before the stage lights came on. That glimpse behind the curtain reminded everyone that at the core of the Jonas story, family has always been the heartbeat. For longtime Jonas Brothers fans, this performance meant more than just a new song. It was history in the making. Because while Nick and Joe have both launched solo careers, Kevin has often been the brother in the background. He's been the steady guitarist, the quiet presence, the one who rarely stepped into the spotlight alone. For years, fans labeled him the family man. Jonas, the brother, more focused on building a life with Danielle and raising their two daughters than chasing individual fame. And while that devotion made him beloved in a different way, it also meant that many underestimated what he could do on his own. That's why hearing him sing Changing in front of thousands wasn't just a performance, it was a breakthrough. A reminder that Kevin has a story and a voice of his own. And maybe, just maybe, this was the moment he'd been waiting for his entire career. The song itself, Changing, is still a mystery. Kevin didn't share details about when it might be released, or even if it will be part of a bigger project. But that only fueled the speculation. Fans immediately started posting online, dissecting the lyrics they could catch from the live performance, and many believe it's a deeply personal track about growth, transformation, and stepping into a new chapter. The title alone, Changing, feels symbolic for Kevin, who has spent years in the shadow of his brother's solo careers. Was this his way of saying he's ready to evolve? Social media lit up with fans begging for a studio version, with some even calling it the start of Kevin's era. And while nothing has been confirmed yet, the buzz proves one thing: Kevin Jonas finally has people waiting on his next move. Kevin's solo debut didn't just get fans talking, it had celebrities buzzing too. His sister-in-law, Priyanka Chopra, jumped into Danielle's comments with a simple but powerful request. "We need more Kevin Jonas." Please. Pop star Jesse McCartney, who was also a guest performer that night, called him a stud and said he sounded amazing. Fellow performer JoJo filled her reaction with heart emojis, while actor Glenn Powell couldn't hold back the tears in eyes emoji either. The flood of love from friends, family, and industry peers showed just how meaningful this moment really was. Kevin wasn't just getting applause from his diehard fans in the stadium, he was earning respect from fellow artists who know what it means to take a risk on stage. That kind of reaction doesn't happen by accident. For years, Kevin Jonas has carried a very specific image. He was the responsible one, the husband, the dad, the Jonas who built his life outside of Hollywood chaos. And while Nick and Joe were carving out solo careers and hitting the charts, Kevin stayed the anchor, the steady hand that kept the band and the family grounded. But that role came with a price. People underestimated him. They saw him as the background player, not the star. That's what makes this solo moment so powerful. Changing wasn't just a song, it was Kevin rewriting his own narrative in front of thousands. For the first time, he showed the world that he doesn't need to stand behind his brothers to make an impact. And for Danielle, for his daughters, and for fans who followed him since the early Disney Channel days, this wasn't just a concert, it was proof that Kevin Jonas is finally ready to step fully into the spotlight. Danielle called it a moment she'll never forget. And for Kevin, it was so much more than just singing a new song. It was validation. After years of being labeled the quiet Jonas, the background brother, he proved that when given the chance, he can command a stage all on his own. The cheers, the tears, and even the celebrity reactions made one thing clear: this wasn't just a sweet moment between husband and wife. It was the start of something bigger. Now, fans are left wondering, was changing a one-time gift or the first step toward Kevin Jonas finally carving out his own era? Whatever the answer, one thing is certain: after Boston, nobody will ever look at Kevin Jonas the same way again. Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to hit subscribe to All Access Webs, because we drop daily celebrity gossip every single day. Like, share, comment, and see you in the next one right here at All Access Webs.